Cheers.
You signed the form.
You signed it. All right, here we are. Episode 10. Session 10. Urban Shadows, Welcome to New Midian. Who knew we'd make it this far? But here we are.
Finally.
Ouch.
Ouch.
All right, let's start with the intro video to get the other one. 1 second. Here we go. Intro. Cool. Here we are. Cool. So I figured we kind of jump into it. So I was thinking, and I can go either way, but I was thinking, so the intro move that you guys dread so much anyway, is very much about creating fiction. And really, this being the last episode, we have no more that we need to create right now. I think we just kind of go into it, unless you guys really had your heart set on doing your intro moves, or if you had something that specifically.
So hard.
Did you prep like all week for this?
No, but I collaborated with my wife. So
what is your? Let's hear it. If it's worthy, we can do it.
We don't have to play it out. I just want to say it. That's all, because I thought it was fun. So
Okay, let's hear it.
So the only one I had was wild. So my intro move is my recent Tinder date, Mariel Morangi, it turns out, is Queen Mab's favorite partner. And someone told on us.
Oh, actually, that's pretty cool. See how easy that is? It flowed.
Yeah, easy.
Like
it was
river.
35 minutes of collaboration with an English teacher.
And you knew which one you could select.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I knew which one to select. Although I have to say, from now on, they're all going to be the same, just variations depending on the faction.
Oh, that's so sad.
Tricky.
So many dates.
So many dates. So little hookup. So few hookups. So wonderful hookups. Whatever. So awesome. Cool. Steve, Mark, did you have opening intro move that you guys were just burning to get out?
I have nothing exciting prepared.
All right. Why don't you okay? So since we would normally do it, why don't you guys mark a faction?
Okay.
Got it.
I don't want to take that away from you, especially since the last one. Let's get some advances going.
That's good because I get one now. So
Yes. So do we then uncheck all the boxes technically?
Yeah. Yep. So you mark once you mark them all.
Your factions are marked.
Yeah. So once you mark them all they're all factions are marked, all 4, you get your new advance, uncheck those boxes, and they're checkable again.
Get thine advance.
Oh, I think I want a new hunter move.
Yep. And look, while you guys were thinking that out, and Steve or Mark, did you guys get an advance off of that?
Yes.
I did not.
Oh, you did? Okay. And Steve, did you pick your corruption move?
I did.
Or the Adrian's version, I should say.
I doubt I will use it, but who knows? I chose absolution. When I convince someone to be honest with me, I roll spirit, and then I can take one of their debts. And
oh,
follow through with it myself.
That's pretty cool. Is that actually like an advance from your playbook?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's one of the redemption moves.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I like that.
Again,
that's really cool.
They're all about humanity. So,
yes. Will Pinocchio become a real boy? Stay tuned.
Will he die and get to use his final?
Yeah, all bets are off.
All of the death moves are kind of cool. So,
yes, they are.
Although we have yet to use actually the erase the Shem, which is if I take enough wounds to kill me. I just like
Just go in
go
there,
into torpor for a while.
yeah. Vicious, yeah.
Maybe I haven't been pushing myself hard enough to use that.
So I'm going to take
Or you just
Slayer.
that good. Cool.
Slayer says, when you keep your cool while on a hunt, roll with blood instead of spirit.
Cool. Nice substitution one there. I'm assuming your blood is higher than spirit.
Definitely.
Cool.
Yeah, it would suck if it wasn't.
Yeah, it would suck. It's like you're playing the wrong playbook here, guy. All right, Doc. What about you? What's your new move you're taking?
I am gonna go to because the way that this is working out is I'm gonna bring pick gun to a knife fight, which is when you unleash to seriously escalate something, you roll with mind instead of blood, which for me is good because I have a +2 to mind and I'm -1 to blood.
Gotcha. Let's see. That's cool.
I-
So now keep in mind. It's when seriously escalating, so it goes from nothing to blam. Type of
Yeah.
thing. So keep that in
So I'm
mind.
kind of like, I don't know. I'm pretty torn because there's not necessarily going to be time for crafting. You know, that's not my. I'm going to.
What does crafting have to do with that?
Nothing. There's another for True Artist. When you create something for someone using your workspace, you can mark their faction. Or is in advance, can they be taken twice? You take them once, right?
Yeah, you can only take an advance one time. You check the box.
Oh, okay. That is good, because otherwise your workspace could become a fortress of solitude of everything.
And that's not a bad thing. All in all, I think for the veteran and like the wizard, I think they do pretty well. You know, putting the right number of things you can get to it. You know, keep it interesting, but still worthy. Cool. All right, so you're taking that one, and you already took Pack Rat as your corruption move, which is you may mark corruption to reach into your kit and find just the thing you need to deal with your current situation.
Yes.
Just one little corruption. That's all, maybe. Just one little
thing. It says a lot about MacGyver, really.
Just one corruption. I mean, what bad could one little corruption do? Couldn't potentially do anything else.
Exactly. Exactly.
Awesome. All right. Let's see here. Okay, so we have our advances picked out. We're kind of ready to go. Are you guys ready to jump back in?
Yes.
Cool.
Sure.
Awesome.
Quick update. One last
Yeah.
for heroes.
Yeah, can we get a recap of...
Yes. So, last you saw our fair heroes and, etc. You guys were fighting Lagrange. I don't know. How did that whole conflict come about? Who triggered that whole course of events? I don't remember.
What are you saying?
And it just so happened they invited you to meet him by the most delicate portion of the ley-line in question, and the pastor. Let me bring up the. Yeah, since we're talking NPCs all over the place, I'll bring that up for you guys. Revernacle. Yeah. So Revernacle, kind of to back you up, I believe, kind of brought his group, and they formed the circle of light around your area where you guys were duking it out. And I'm trying to remember, how did Lagrange die? I remember he blew up, basically.
How did he die?
I think I shot him.
Yeah, you may have shot him.
Yeah.
In the face.
I think I blew his hand off first.
Yeah, he blew his hand off to add insult to injury.
And then I blew his head off.
And he blew his face off, which triggered
face off.
Yeah, which triggered a chain reaction with the ley line, which exploded and pushed you guys all back with magical energy.
No one should have to see that.
No one should have to see that. Yeah. And after it happened, Hackle gets up and says something to the effect of the ley-line is free. Which
what does that mean exactly?
You can ask him. We can either So we can start right at the scene if you guys want, or we can jump ahead or whatever makes you guys happy. What do you think? Unit gallery, anybody?
We should probably. I would be, unless you're gonna like fill in the blanks. I'd be interested to hear, because we're technically there. I'd be interesting to play out that part and figure out what the next move will be.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get my Celebration 6-pack out of my trunk.
Yeah.
Pass out some cold ones.
Yeah, Keith's there for just that.
Yep.
Excellent. Just beer, huh? All right.
Well, I gotta drive.
Ever the responsible hunter. He just blew up like, a city block. Hey, don't drink and drive, kids. Stay in school.
Stay in school. Yeah, do your homework.
Only losers do drugs. So, yeah, so people are recovering. This is one of those kind of, it's weird. It was a magic explosion. So it was like, there was glass in the building, there were glass in the cars, nothing not living was affected. However, everybody living was pretty much blown back as if there had been some kind of huge concussive bomb that just went off. Yeah, your ears are even, stopping ringing like by this point. As, Eugene comes back with a 6-pack. The entire Ackles flock is all like bewildered, like this all just happened, this magical thing that, growing up we were taught was fake and, not real, and this thing just happened, and this dude's cracking open a cold one.
Yeah, but these are the same people that chanted in a circle and formed a barrier in a nightclub. So
there is that. But
I have to think they've seen some of this before.
Good point. Very good point. Yeah, like if you oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I just say, yeah, I break one off, throw it to Doc, break another off, throw it to, oh my God. Adrian, thank you. I just kind of imagine Adrian catching it like, whoever it was in the breakfast clubs, just like, it was Allie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
She the beer comes out of nowhere, and not even looking, he's like, got it.
Because I envisioned him catching it like he was the kid that his daddy never played catch with him, so like hits him on the chest and like hits the ground, type of thing,
I guess it could go comical too. Yeah. Better wait to drink that one.
Yeah, so I reached that catch. Awesome. So yeah, and Ackle,
he opens it anyways.
He opens it anyways. Who cares right now, right? Am I right?
One for myself as I'm going up to the Reverend, and there's the other 3, I guess, that are in there. So I offer that to the Reverend. A beer, any of your guys?
He kind of puts a hand up. I do not partake, sir.
Of course.
Understood. That means 2 for all of us.
And the crappy part was like one of his followers is like right next to him going, oh. He's like, I do not partake. He's like, oh.
I think that's funny. Yeah. See the Reverend does as I toss his follower a beer.
He'll just kind of hold it like it's a relic to be taken home and put on a shelf somewhere. Not wanting to embarrass himself in front of his man. What do you call him? Cult leader, pastor, Reverend, spiritual leader. That's a good one. Okay.
Reverend, you were saying something about the ley line is free? What does that mean?
He kind of looks around, and he kind of looks to his people, and they kind of dissipate through the streets. They kind of just go away. He's sent them away. It's just you guys. Like you guys can hear like sirens in the distance, but you know, again, this is not like it's a battlefield going on here, with the exception of the 2 statues who are now collapsed into near rubble, right around where Adrian's probably still standing.
Destruction of public property.
It was like this when I found it, officer.
Were those statues even originally here?
Good question. That is an awesome question. You'll have to go to the website and find out.
Google Maps.
Yeah, Google Maps. Those were not there. He brought them there. But yeah, so he kind of waits till his people go, and he can kind of see that you know, he knows this is a team here. He kind of gives that look, that conspiratorial look, and kind of gestures for the 3 of you to come close. He's like, the ley-line is free. Means. So, think of the ley-line as a magical bloodstream in and of itself. Each line, like people, kind of interact, but they're their own. This one, it's free. It's moved around. It's able to move around. It's
Like
able
Wi-Fi?
to. It's able to be drained, and that is a powerful thing.
Right.
Able to be drained
into bad.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, you know.
Doesn't
the person
city need the ley line?
Well, does the city need people? Think of that. Again, if we use the analogy that a ley line is like a person, interacting with others, having a life of its own, what's to miss one little person?
Will there be somebody or something mourning this ley line?
Well, I think I've said quite enough. I highly doubt anybody's mourning it. Maybe someone searching for it.
All right.
I must take my leave, gentlemen. I bid you farewell, and congratulations on surviving. For now.
Yeah.
I would imagine I'm starting to get a pretty massive headache from that concussive.
Like everybody is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he kind of backs away and kind of goes his own way. If you guys watch where he's going, like a block away, a car picks him up, drives off.
So if a ley line is freed and someone is looking for it, that goes against what I would know about aren't ley lines that interconnect things? So now we're talking about a broken connection? That seems
good question. You guys should probably hit the streets and find somebody who knows more about that.
Might have to hit the streets.
I think I should go and talk to Julian.
Ooh.
Oh.
Because besides wanting a rival out of the way, maybe he wanted this to happen as well.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Good point.
But you
technically,
of course, go find other people to talk to if you wish.
Okay.
Yes, we're dividing the party.
Interesting people.
Yes, there are. All right. Who wants to find out what? Let's go our separate ways and see what we can find. Who wants to go to who? Let's start with that.
So is Kuro still around?
Yes.
Kuro,
the Fate Roadmaker, yes, is still around.
And okay. So is she so she technically was on loan and this event has occurred, right? Because I had bribed, pulled rank, asked for help, got help.
Yep, Kuro came along with you guys. She is...
What is her reaction so far?
I'm going to say she, faded into the background with
with the
Hackles guys. And I will say that she probably had a terrified look on her face when she left, and that's not something you see out of Kuro much. She does. Up till now, Eugene, you probably didn't realize she had that emotion.
Huh.
Right. So who wants to go where? We know where Adriana is going.
What about Chad the scholar? Could he help us out?
Sure, probably. Why don't you ask him? That's where you want to go. All right. How about Doc? Doc, anyone you want to check out?
Could need some Chad.
Was it the Chad?
The Chad.
It might have been the Chad.
If he hangs himself, is he a hanging Chad?
Hanging Chad. I am gonna go check in with Cristiano, I think, to see if to see what he may have heard about or felt about this event, or anything from perhaps some fallout from Lagrange's party, maybe just hitting him up for what kind of things he may know about Lagrange and any fallout. Because, since we're sort of transitioning immediately, information probably isn't going to move that quickly. So I think would be looking at that and any books or information on ley lines. So what does it mean to have a ley line that's free?
Okay. Well, why don't we start with Doc? Let's go for Doc first. So go ahead and why don't you hit the streets with Wild.
Wild. Yay, I even have
real wild child.
I even have a +1.
Do you? Do you?
I'm just gonna go derp.
All right.
Where are you?
So you go to Cristiano. So you go into the not 7-Eleven.
Where 7-Eleven.
Where he tends to hang out. You kind of walk in. Things are pretty normal. Not as far as you know. You've been there twice, 3 times.
Yeah.
You go in the back, and Cristiano's there alone. He doesn't have his girl with him this time. But he kind of sees you come in, and he's like, "Doc, I was waiting for you."
That's interesting. I had a question for you.
Did you know?
Yes. So, was a little more interested what you might know about ley lines. And
oh, you mean the one you guys, set loose on the city? I felt it in here.
How did you know that? It's been...
I'm a dragon. I feel things. I know things.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah, so there may be a free ley line, perhaps. And not from my rudimentary knowledge, ley lines go straight and connect. So I've never heard of something that's free.
Well,
but the magic 8-ball says the magic 8-ball says.
Yeah, he takes out opens up one of his books. It just so happens to be like a map book. This one of the city of New Midian. In fact, it isn't even called New Midian. This is old enough where it was called by Calvinston way back when, before the Midianites got it renamed after getting some bit of power. And he kind of blows off the dust. He's like, so he kind of puts his finger on the page. Puts his finger on the page. You can't see me pointing when I'm pointing at my desk with the camera. But he basically puts the finger on the page and traces with his fingernail a line. And as he does so, it kind of the paper behind it kind of burns. Basically blackens as he passes,
Huh.
and he kind of shows the line, and he's like, and he points to where you guys were. He goes, "This is where it happened, right?"
Yes.
All right. So line is broken. The flow is going this way.
Oh.
He's like, there was an intersection over here. This is where it's probably going to drain out. Oh, hey, I have really great news, by the way. You don't even have to investigate this. I got a guy who's going to take you right there. In fact, I got a couple guys that are going to take you right there.
Are they taking me handcuffed?
It's all the way you want to work this. So sorry, Doc. I know we had a thing going here and an understanding, but I had a lot of understandings, and Dragon has to keep his, claws free. It's like, so, and he points behind you as two guys walk in with, like, well, I've already done Uzis, let's go Mac 10s. And he's like,
Tomato, tomato.
An assload of lead being sent in your direction at hypervelocity speeds, breaking the sound barrier, etc., etc. He's like, they can shoot in this direction all day long, and those bullets won't really mess with me too much. So, question is, how are we going to do this?
I mean, yeah, I am.
What do you do?
I am. So two goons, and I'm in the back, and did they we went through the man.
I will say that Eugene, you did just take a corruption advance that may be helpful in this case.
Oh.
If you would choose to use it, that's up to you. That's up to you entirely.
Hell yeah, that would be so much fun. Thank you. I'll take a corruption.
You gotta take 1 or 2 corruption.
Mark an additional corruption to show up in a superior position. Let me give that a thought here.
Don't be corruption shy now.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Not that. No, I mean, obviously, I'm gonna take that. I'm just trying to figure out what is the superior position. Is that something I name? Is that something you tell me?
No, it'd be something you would. It's in my head. It's like catch you fuckers at a bad time type of scene.
Yeah. And to be in a superior position to me suggests something where I can turn the tables.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So, there's how many people here? There's the dragon.
The dragon and 2 goons with
2 goons.
automatic weapons.
And they're at like the entrance to his room.
Yeah, the 2 goons are literally right at the entrance.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Tell me if this is too far out of whack, but
no.
Basically catching those guys off guard and showing up at the, just at the right time. I quickly just yank them back so that they fall back through his entrance to his treasure pile lair, whatever he wants to call this room, and slap the emergency button as I come in so the door is shut behind me. So that they're basically out of the room and it's just now me, the Doc, and the dragon.
All right. Yeah, totally. That sounds perfect. You can see Cristiano is immediately like, he's like, he takes a seat behind his desk, and you can just see that he's like, just want to go in this drawer right over here, really slow, like.
Why don't you just stay still there, Cristiano?
All right, let's see. So, you're about to persuade an NPC. So roll.
Okay.
Let's see here. Roll with heart.
Roll with heart to persuade.
See if he'll do what you tell him to do.
+0.
Oh,
I
damn.
do.
You do. All right, on a hit, they do what you ask. So he's not going to do anything. You had leverage over him in the form of your badass threat walking, and basically had obviously in this situation have no compunction about totally opening up on him. So yeah, he's like his hands go up and away, and he just puts them flat out on his desk.
Good man.
Well, thank you, Eugene. Definitely, totally surprised, shocked, but yet oddly understanding.
He's like, Eugene, I was just trying to save your buddy some cab fare and get him to where he wanted to go.
Oh, and the two Mac 10s would have just stitched some holes while
you guys are in danger. They're like bodyguards, man. Dude.
Just came to ask a question about the lines. You're gonna shoot me.
No, I would never shoot you in your front. It's like he kind of puts his hands down. He's like, "Now listen, hey, we don't have to do this. Why don't you guys head out? We can call this an even one, right? Am I right? Let's call it a tie."
Let's call it a tie. Why don't you explain a little bit more about what your problem is?
And why you think I needed to go to a particular spot?
We don't have a problem. There's no problem here. You're free to go. My guys are already gone. I've already waved them off.
Thinking, Doc? I'm thinking dragon scale makes for a pretty good material.
All right, go ahead and let's roll on that heart again, Eugene.
Dragons.
Let's roll on heart. There. What? For what?
Oh yeah, roll persuade again. So let's roll in heart with heart plus heart.
Okay.
With force.
Oh, statistics. Wah, wah.
All right. So he's like,
can't fool me. I don't have skills.
He's like, sorry guys, I can't help you on that, but you're gonna want to get out of here. And he's like, you can actually now that you're kind of looking at him, now that you guys have the superior position here, you can see like in the space of just a few seconds after he talks, stuff starts like smoldering. You guys feel like, you're next to a bonfire almost.
Ooh. I take a quick smartphone picture of the book that's open that he burned the line on.
Nice.
Ooh, very cool. He's like, it's gonna get even hotter.
No time for selfies.
Don't die. Yep.
You can see him like pose, like he strikes a pose. You can't help it. Like,
no, not taking pictures of you, sir. Your book.
Before I slap the button, I yell, "We're coming out! Better stay out of the way."
We're coming out. Yeah, you see, he looks like he actually did call them off. That you can actually see guys with like, their guns are on the countertop next to it, next to the checkout. Their hands are up, just kind of looking at you with all kinds of anger. Like you probably just cost them a bunch of money since they turns out they're shitty thugs. So, So so are you guys gonna like actually leave and everything, or what? Plan here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a complimentary corn dog off the roller as I go.
That's been there for 4 days.
It's really complimentary if you're stealing it.
The vessel.
Damn it, Adrian! Adrian is bringing logic into this.
I'm not there.
Just like
I know.
Cristiano would say, tomato. Yeah, and then do the slow back out with eyes on just because.
That's wise. All right, let's cut over to. Oh yeah, wise. Let's cut over to Adrian.
Yeah, so I was going to go to talk to Julian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Once you hit the streets for Julian, so roll with
Super smart play.
Maybe.
Bye.
Maybe. Yeah, which just happens to give me an advance too. Not that that played at all into the decision.
No, it's a wise move regardless.
There it is.
Oh,
It's available. And
they're
I
available,
believe
and they have the stuff. All right. So at what place do you end up meeting him at?
I think it's actually his sanctum.
Cool. So yeah,
I don't think we've seen yet, have we?
I don't think we've seen his real sanctum. No,
not his real sanctum.
but we'll say you get an idea. You get an idea where he's at, etc. You've hit the street successfully. You find it. What does the sanctum look like? What is this main one he calls home, if you will?
I think as opposed to the last building, which is more like a brownstone, this one's like ultra modern. And there's a lot of mirrors, like an unhealthy amount of mirrors in the
amount.
And
Excellent.
given, his predilection for, cloning, that doesn't who knows, how many are actually mirrors.
There is that.
Some could actually just be like, a clone of his, watching back.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you don't have a hard time at all getting in. You're kind of identified as you walk into the building by just general security guys. But you're let up easily enough. You give them your name and tell them you're looking for Julian, and sure as heck they go. They would actually walk you to the elevator, hit the button to go up, hit the button inside, and card you up. So yeah, you get in there, and it's full of mirrors as you just as you walk out the door. You probably smell some incense burning, sandalwoods, vanillas, type of thing. And standing there over one of his one of those big wizard tables. You know, they have all the crap on it, and it's probably circular-ish, so we can go around it to get to different items. It's so big you couldn't possibly reach across it. And sure as heck, when you get there, he is looking at a large blown-up map of the city, and which you can only what you're imagining early lines are illuminated, in little shards of light going across it, some kind of minor wizard magic cantrip or whatever you want to call it. And you can kind of see the pulses. He's kind of on the far side when you walk in, and you can kind of see this ley-line traveling, and there's it has an orange tip to it. It is broken. Nothing passes beyond this area. And as you approach, he looks up to you. He's like, Adrian, you and your team do very devastating work.
We've had a lot of practice lately. What's your game with this?
He kind of looks at you, and suddenly he just laughs.
Besides getting Lagrange out of the way.
Yeah. He looks up at you, and he just totally laughs. It's that laugh of that person is like the joke's on them. But he can't help but just what did I have in store for this? Well, that is an amazing question. Not this, Adrian. Not this. He's just kind of looking at the thing, the projection of the ley lines on the table.
I look at the orange thing and sort of, put my finger down to, point towards it. Is this a problem?
Is this a problem? Yes and no? He kind of considers.
Will this harm the city?
It could.
Does he like to be enigmatic?
You can see him.
Maybe.
You can see him kind of like he's like, for a wizard to be at like a loss of words, to like trying to figure out how to best explain something. He's there. He's like this is not his best freaking day, and it shows. He's like, so. Do you see this here? And he kind of points to the last intersection the ley line hits with other ley lines before it, goes orange and breaks off. And he's like, this is the place where that ley line is about to spit out a bunch of power. A lot of power. More power than even I could make use of. Unless it was under the right circumstances, and I have not prepared those right circumstances. And he's like, and it looks like the place where he's pointing to is like it's a rich people's club, like a Hellfire Club type of thing, a gentleman's club before they were strip clubs type of thing. And it's like, you basically have to have 10 million just to walk in the door of places.
Sounds like a place the immortal would hang out in.
And he's like, this is where it's about to spurt out all of its energy. And if that isn't controlled in some way, yes, the city is going to have some serious problems. This is, hand across his face. He's like, me and Mab, we went at things. We wanted to control it. This is like, think of, being able to explode a bomb. A megaton bomb, but instead of all this energy come out at once, what if you could siphon off little bits of it over time? Still, those little bits are more than enough to make you powerful. And that's all I wanted to do with them. That's all Mab wanted to do with them. We meant no great harm to the city. Would be slight imbalances between the ley lines and its network, but nothing that would actually harm the city in any appreciable way. We just wanted to siphon a little power for ourselves to power some other machinations of ours. Responsible use of the ley line, he says, not ironically. And this is not what we had in mind, and I don't even know what to do. Again, if I knew this was coming, I would have set up a ritual that would absorb it and channel it and make it into something.
Can you work with Mab to channel it? Or does this benefit Kolhar some way?
He kind of like, when you mention Kolhar, he's like,
he was backing Knight.
He was backing Knight because Knight was hurting both myself and the Mab's court. I think we need to get our heads together on this one. You and your team mind meeting with Mab and me? It has to happen quickly.
That seems to be the best course of action. This has to be controlled.
I'll send a message to Mab's court. Complete neutrality on the side of my sanctum for all. No one shall be harmed. Coming, going. This is that dire that I don't give a shit right now, Adrian. And I know you can't understand. You know, you in your brain, you weren't programmed to formulate this level of desperation, but you've got to try. Because we're there.
Then if you're desperate, bring Kolhar to the meeting.
I'm not sure if I'm that desperate.
Well, I'll bring my thinking weapon.
Do I? No.
I'll invite him.
Like,
I'll
yeah,
invite
okay.
him. I'll invite him.
Except
Were you about to call in a debt?
I was about to convince him.
Yeah, he was already kind of there. All right. You guys want to time jump forward?
Yeah,
Yes.
I will call my friends.
Okay. Eugene, did you actually want to get in touch with Ajera, or are we just gonna go to the
No,
meeting?
okay. I think we got enough.
Yeah, Adrian would have definitely, contacted you, letting you know, hey, Mab wants to come here anyway. Mab's going to be here anyway. Okay, let's do a quick time hop. So yeah, you guys, just we don't do no montages.
I would not have expected that whatsoever.
What?
Dire circumstances.
I would not expect these two parties working together in this way, and that this would be this much of a big deal. So that's very surprising. Like something else, like all the people that we're thinking that are the ones that are at odds, at least for me, like where is the other party? Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. So yes. Yeah, no, good, very awesomely good questions. Will we answer them? Let's find out. So yes, we'll time hop. All parties are there, all three of you guys. Mab and Kuro is there, Ajara. You have Julian, just Julian. He isn't bringing back up to this one. And before you know it, you're all standing around the table looking at the same map that Adrian was looking at.
Who's Ajara again?
She was another Fey court, winter court person that Adrian was in contact with a bit.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so you guys are all standing around the table, looking at the map, looking at the ley-line representations. And Mab is there again, Julian, and you can see as Mab gets in there, and she's all, you can tell that she doesn't give up the pomp and circumstance for much, but she is here and looking at the table quite seriously, and for once not watching her actual literal back. Kuro's right there, standing next to you, Eugene, and everyone's looking at the map, and she says she kind of grasps what's going on here. She looks up to Julian, and she's like, "You don't have a ritual in place, do you?" He's like, "No, this is not something I planned for. Our plans were the ones that all I could conceive of happening, and both of us just wanted a piece, a little trickle here and there." And Mab's like, "Just a trickle. And she kind of looks around like, is this so horrible? Not saying it, but like, is this so horrible? I wanted a little trickle off a little ley-line. It's like, it's nothing.
Quick question there. How did that trickle start?
And they both look at each other and they're like, well, and Julian kind of gives her the eye, and she gives him the eye back, but goes, well, we two had a slight disagreement, I don't know, like yours and the now vaporized mage, and destabilized it, but it's just slightly, just slightly enough to make a trickle possible.
I knew it! All right.
He's like, and she's like, well, so the problem is there's nothing to absorb all this. There's no ritual in place. And that's when you hear from off the distance walking towards, you hear like, footsteps, a cane, and it's Kolhar as you turn around. And he's like, oh, I wouldn't say there wasn't a ritual in place. You're safe, you're fine. Like, thank you for inviting me to the party. I do appreciate the invitation. I don't get out as much as I like to. And I thank you for it. He kind of raises his cane. He doesn't actually need it for walking. It's more of an aesthetic type of... He likes that, it's that ominous, tap on the ground coming towards you that he's looking for, obviously.
Of course.
And he's like, there's a ritual in place. All is safe. Everybody's fine. Everybody's going to be fine.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Why do I get the feeling there's more to come?
I mean, I'll read them.
What would you say, Adrian?
I mean, I'll want to figure him out.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
Leave that to the inhuman one.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. Okay, hold on. Just gonna find it. Where are we?
I'm gonna roll them bones.
Yeah, definitely roll them bones. Where is it?
Bones.
Oh, figure someone out. Roll plus mind.
So I hold 2. He holds 1.
Cool. Ask your questions.
And I think I'll even ask him like, "What are you hoping to get from this ritual you have planned?"
So, between Adrian's knowledge and this thing here, you get an idea that he's immortal, and there aren't many of those guys around. You could literally throughout time you could count them on one hand, and a ley-line, you may recall, is used to power many things. Used to create many things, rituals, and he's like, and you get the feeling that it has something to do with how he was created. A ley-line.
How what?
How he was created using a ley-line.
He wants a girlfriend.
That's one. You want to spend another hold?
I do. I don't know if this is a good question for him. But I'll ask it. What does he worry might happen?
He is worried that if things go right but they go wrong, will he have to deal with someone he doesn't like for a very, very long time? All right, he has one hold on you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. He's like, the question is, how could he get your character to leave this alone? Just accept it.
If he convinces me that it's not going to harm the city.
Gotcha. All right. So he'll be like, yeah. He's like, yes, children. He says patronizingly. The city is safe. I have a ritual there. It will happen. Power will be absorbed properly through the ritual, using it as a focus. And the city is going to be just fine. You won't notice a thing come tomorrow. I assure you. Like,
and you see, him, Adrian, his head cocked to one side. He's like, who's going to be the recipient of this power?
he kind of cocks his head because it's like, whoa.
Who do you wish to?
Where you getting that from?
To make immortal?
He kind of looks at you like you ruined his secret.
Super surprise.
It's like if you got something for your friend for Christmas and they're like, "Oh, that's the blank." You're like, "Well, fuck, here it is. Just fucking open it. You know what it is, asshole."
While I'm not immortal, exactly. I've spent more than 100 years, standing by while mages muck around with power that they shouldn't.
Well, you're one of those things, right? Part of what made you was the trickle of a ley-line. A large trickle, but still a trickle. You know that, right? Pinocchio?
Like, my name's Adrian.
Oh, damn!
And that trickle made 10 of us.
Yeah, Dr. Archulary. Just a little ley-line skimming. Bankers do it all the time with the old penny, the odd penny.
What do you plan on for that entire ley line? Who do you plan on giving that power to?
Oh. He kind of looks at the table. He's like, this is none of your concern anymore. The city is safe. That's all we worried about. Right? Right? Meeting adjourned.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Mask off.
Beer and pizza on me, I guess.
I was gonna say, my mask comes down and I'm in there in all of my hideous glory.
Are you going to do your special move?
Oh yeah. I'm like,
what is that move? Can you read it off?
hideous visage. So I need to expound upon it a little bit. But when I persuade an NPC by revealing my inhuman face and threatening their interest, roll a spirit instead of heart. So as my masks come down, I say, I asked you a question, and if you don't want me to interfere, you'll answer it.
All right.
Dang.
Make that roll.
Apparently, it's also an 8. Although I rolled. Hold on.
Immortals would be like a special power up for you, right?
Yeah. So that's still an 8.
Yeah,
persuade.
cool. Perfect.
Terms or demanded debt.
All right. Okay, so yeah, he'll kind of, he's like just about to turn, has his cane in hand, and he's like, just like he's off to the party, and you stopped him, and now he has to stay here with you boring people. As far as this is all playing across his face and his body language. It's easy to read by the most simpleton body language reader. Eugene.
What?
No, so he stops. He's like, very well. So, here's what's going to happen. Now, I've placed certain protections so that this ritual can't be disturbed. So, fine. Let's share just if it'll let you all back off and go back to your little holes, your little pieces of the city that you like so much.
Placate the beast.
Yeah, your bottle. He goes to he gestures at Eugene. I'm not sure if he's even ever met Eugene, but he's like, the bottle. Go back where it came from, And he's like, very well. So, the ritual is such. Ley-line, power is directed, but it can't be directed at the individual for whom I'm looking to spend time with. He kind of, the way he says it's like capital T time. And so it must be filtered, if you will, through just a few other living beings, a dozen. Nobody will miss them. Nobody already misses them. They're Ackle's flock. Once it goes through them, then it hits Ackle. Ackle spends time with me. He's a very interesting character, and I look forward to exploring things with him as time goes on.
Has he agreed to this?
No, it's happening this evening. It's the ritual takes some time to gestate, if you will. And I take my leave. He turns around as if to head out. Cane clicking as he walks.
I think I'm gonna stop him. Like just a hand on his shoulder,
Yeah.
Let's show up at my sister's dorm room.
So, I won't make. I'll let you decide. Do you want to trigger your persuade, Adrian, or no? Make him stay. That's pretty much what you're doing. Is you're trying to make him stay without hurting him necessarily.
Right.
You're not trying to hurt him. The goal is to
Yeah,
make him stay.
I think this is, I guess, actually a persuade then of. So first, just to clarify, when I asked the question, was Echo, complicit in this? I don't know if that was the answer I got.
Did you say? When did you ask that specific question?
Just before I asked if Echo was in on this.
Oh, I must be having Alzheimer's because I do not recall that part. Was that when you were figuring him out?
Yeah, no, it was just conversationally after, and you answered, but you answered something else. Like I don't think you heard what I said.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that.
That's fine.
Sorry. So, yeah. So, what are you basically you want him to stay?
Yeah, I want him to stay. I'm like, we need to discuss the implications of this.
All right. Do it. Successful persuader. He's going to try to get the heck out of there.
Yep.
So roll with heart.
Totally with heart.
Can I aid with that?
No
you could not in this case. Yeah, help only is +1, right?
Yeah, or even +2.
Or lend a hand. Yep. Sorry. Yeah, he's basically going to shrug you off, and this, as far as he's concerned, this meeting is over. And he's just heading out. He's used to, being patient, but he's also used to getting what he wants, and really nobody gets in his way, so he's heading out, shrugs you off. What do you all do?
Yeah, I look back at the group.
So, if I can, I want to use I want to use my move again, my perfect timing move. Or at least say this. I want to have been gone and maybe take the doc with me in such that when, what's his name? Kolhar?
Kolhar?
Yeah. By the time Kolhar turns around to leave, the door's already open and swinging. Somebody else has already left. Because the minute that he said it's going to flow through 12 people and they're Ackles people, I immediately am thinking my sister's in danger. And I need to get to her ASAP.
Likely.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you need to use your move to do that. We can say you did that as Adrian was doing his, thing. Yeah, so you're basically getting the heck out of Dodge.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Yeah. So you guys, you turn Adrian, you turn around, and your buddies are not there.
I was gonna say, everyone left.
I hate it when they do that. Or what was that, Doc?
I'm just left with Julian. Mab.
I'm trying to. Sorry, feelings of a little bit of greed here. So we're talking about immortality. And but it's with I'm going along with Eugene because I'm curious about this whole immortality thing.
Gotcha.
So I was going to say too, like if you didn't really want to come, maybe you decide at the last minute and Adrian finds you standing in the street and me peeling away or whatever. So, but
no, but we don't know where. Well, we do know where they're meeting. I'm just trying to think about I feel like without getting a chance to regroup, I feel like it's a race to freaking find who can be standing at this certain spot. And there's a lot of players that could potentially be in this that may want what was just revealed. So, yeah, I'm going along with Eugene to help out at the Reverend's place.
Okay. Let's finish with Adrian's scene. We'll switch over there.
Yeah, so I turn back and I see, just Mab and an Ashura and Julian there. What's their take on this?
They have ceased to give a shit. It's taken care of. If 12 living people die, in the grand scheme of the city, that happens every day anyway.
Right.
And it looks like Faye generally lean towards the quasi-immortal anyway.
Right.
For whatever reason, Julian gives no craps. This is not his game anymore.
Wow.
If I were them, I'd be shopping for new birthday presents for the new immortal.
Yeah.
I, for one, welcome our immortal overlords.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so my response to them is, if you aren't going to do anything about this, then I will. I still haven't put my mask on.
As you're leaving, then Kolhar is he's since taken off or gone ahead of you at least. And as you're leaving, you hear Julie in the background. He's like, "Just remember, if it doesn't pass through 12 people and then empty its power into someone, it will destroy a great portion of the city. Don't you dare tamper with that."
Yeah, and I just, walk out, obviously having heard it, as I look back and continue.
All right.
So scary.
Cool. All right. Let's go to the Reverend Ackles' place. Yeah, you guys arrive. You pull up in the car, and the lights are mostly off.
The tape that's playing right now, or the CD that's playing, or the MP3, is my sister's latest song, and recently she's decided to do Christian rock, basically.
I never saw that coming. Yeah. So is this Eugene's version of getting the psyched the hell up?
No.
Like,
no, that song is not psyched the hell up. That song
okay.
is a severe disappointment. But
yeah, I'm more talking like getting the emotions bubbling over, so that when it comes time to spike up, you're ready to blow someone's face off. But yes,
yeah.
You guys get there. The whole time Doc's like, "God damn, can I just change the channel?"
Anything?
Yeah, the lights off. There is a familiar face sitting on the stoop of the place. It's Toddy Cross.
Toddy, where is everybody?
Yeah, he looks up to you, but his face, his hands are drenched in moisture. He's been crying his eyes out for hours.
Where is everybody, Toddy?
He's like, I wasn't worthy.
You might still be worthy. Get in the car.
Get in the car. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy to help the Master ascend.
Doc, do you have a sedative?
No, I know where they're going.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, because I've got the map.
Right.
But we should bring them as just special insurance policy.
Yes.
So, yeah, I come up to give him a hand. Like, no, come on, man. We're just going to go for a car ride. I think, we can probably still, we could definitely, still get you involved. We just gotta show up. We just gotta go where they are.
I got a plan, Toddy. We're going to make you worthy.
Do you know where they went? We can do this.
All right. So who do you think is being more the persuader here? I'll have you. One of you is definitely tricking persuade NPC. So which one of you do you think it is?
I think the Doc. I think he really started it off with a lot more logical appeal, or maybe even emotional appeal. I'm not sure. But
okay.
Appeal.
So what are you looking to? What's your question to him as you're trying to persuade him to?
I'm trying to persuade him to tell us where they went to.
Using the hook of "we can make you worthy."
Yes, using that we can track him down. We can talk. We're good friends with the Reverend. Yeah.
So so that definitely triggers it because you had that hook. So go ahead and roll with heart. He's like, He's like,
are a fool.
he's like, I would just sully the master's works if I led you to him. He's like, I don't think there's possibly become less worthy than I am, and here we are. Here we are. And he's just like this, ugly crying, and it's just not, it's not right. All right. What do you do?
Yeah.
I don't have time for this. I'm getting out of the car. I don't know. I'm gonna knock him out.
When in doubt.
When in doubt, knock him out. I like
Okay.
that.
What do you what's your goal here? Just to literally like knock him out and take him with?
That and be prepared to put him in line if I can't get my sister out of there safely.
Okay. All right. So your goal is to take him with you in some fashion.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to if you want to unleash on him, we can take his, we can potentially take his consciousness from him, but he's not a target. He is so pathetic and not fighting back. I don't think it even triggers unleash. So if you smack him on the head, he's just basically going to fall over from lack of will to do anything anyway, and basically go limp and unconscious. So yeah, you can definitely take him with. It's just he's just so pathetic and not in the way to fight back in any shape or form that won't even trigger it. So yeah. Cool.
So I don't know what the move would be to try to do a correlation between the picture I took and the Google Maps to try to correlate where Cristiano drew on the map his comparison to the street, because he was using an old book.
Yeah, it actually isn't difficult. There's no move. You're a smart guy who's used maps before, and especially you being like a former quasi-military operative, navigation was one of your things. Plus, you're a technical dude, so this is definitely not a big deal. So there's no move. You just basically are able to superimpose one on the other, figure out that it's at that quote unquote gentleman's club that was pointed out in the meeting.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I did not write that down. Yeah, I am texting Adrian where we are going to go to next, and let him know, like, we attempted to pick up Eugene's sister and no one was around, and we are going to the gentleman's club where we believe the ritual will take place. I just wanted to make sure that the dude who was not worthy would be able to back up the directions in case it was the wrong directions.
Gotcha. Excellent. All right. So yeah, you text Adrian where you guys are going.
Yes.
All right,
going to the gentleman's club.
Now we throw in the immigrant song.
Immigrant. Yeah, that's a good one. A little Gorgo Bordello for there for you.
So this is a quandary, because if those people, it's living people taking it for the team, so to speak, or boom, that's a big Twinkie.
good Ghostbusters reference. And I hope y'all got that, or I just don't even know you anymore.
Just checking. Stream check.
Cool. All right. So you guys, I'll say, of course, you synchronously arrive and hop out of the car in front of the place, or off to the side, or however you want to do it.
Does Adrian, do you need to like recharge after you do a unmasking?
No, but no, I do not.
Okay.
I just left it down for effect.
Got it.
Special effects budget's higher in this one.
Apparently.
Awesome. All right. Let's see.
Okay.
So you guys are converging on the place. Yeah.
I didn't ask I did not even think about a timeline, like when this thing was going to happen, other than people were pretty anxious about it. So I'm assuming sooner than later this was going to go down.
Yeah. You do see, like, there's a circular, like, like a not unlike a cathedral. This might have been a cathedral at some point, but the front of it has one of those big circular glass, part stained glass, part clear glass type of picture there, and it's so demeaning. Like the only reason it's not been destroyed is because it's like a historical item. Is basically like, looks like a rich person giving like payment to, like, people on their knees, that type of thing.
This
little
is the
gold coins type of thing.
This is the gentleman's club motif.
Pretty much.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so partially stained glass, partially clear, and you do see like there's definitely a bluish glow that's slowly growing from inside.
Yikes.
So I'm gonna have one of you is likely investigating a place of power, just by being out there. Which one would that be? And make sure everybody hit anyone who did hit the streets. Marked your faction for advanced
faction. Oh yeah, what did we do that for? I don't think I did.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Adrian? I'm sorry.
Adrian's always down for investigating because these mystical things seem to be up his alley more so than the mortals.
Okay. Do you want to be the one that investigates then?
I will totally investigate it.
All right. Roll with
my
power. Or you know what? Actually, I suppose it's roll with let's roll with power. Go for that. Holy Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
It's not max. I could get higher.
All right.
I would think that's the highest roll of the series, by the by.
I think so, actually. You're right.
I think we've gotten at least one other 14.
Dang.
All right. So
now I go to check.
So everyone kowtows before you and issue. Instead, more immortality turns to mortality for you.
Great hitter of streets.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right.
Okay,
so you kind of take a little bit to scope it out. You have this like this magical, I wouldn't say vision, but it's kind of like what to look for. You're educated enough. You've been around mages and other such people in power that you know kind of what to look for. And this place is all about like scrying protection. It's like this is like a mystical, like a scrying no-go zone. It's kind of, you kind of have to like, you look at like what look like, just engravings, but to you it's obvious that these look like, a child handing an adult a pomegranate, but actually the symbol that is formed by their hands meeting in this is actually the symbol for, a ward, right in plain sight type of thing. So this is where people of power and likely mortality also go. They go to conduct dealings under the shadow of warding. And you also feel that, I mean, it's definitely, there's a sensation that this is obvious that this is a junction of ley lines to you now, especially now that there's one unstable.
It's obviously
obviously what you'd cut out for one word.
Oh, obviously that this is a conjunction of ley lines, even more so now that one's unstable. But yeah, you don't see any guards or anything like that from the outside or anything. You see, not even security cameras. That would kind of go against what this whole place stands for. Go ahead and what's your question about the schemes and politics of the faction in question in this place?
I guess I mean, I really want to ask what could be used to disrupt this ritual? Is it just the space? Is it the people? What's the ultimate key besides what we've been told?
I'm not sure it's technically covered by this, but I'll tell you that it's basically what you already know.
Differently.
Yeah, I mean, what you already know is the key. If the people create a filter that makes the power palpable for one person at the end of the line, any deviation from that and everything around it goes boom in a big way. Definitely destroy a portion of the city.
That would be bad.
It would look to like police and whatnot as if like the smallest of tactical nukes went off in the city.
Yeah, just a little one.
Just a big boom.
The smallest that you can have a tactical nuke and still have it called a tactical nuke.
Yeah.
Like this place is definitely warded against outside eyes, but I don't see anything that will prevent us from going in.
So I'm going to make a note here, Eugene, that I'm
No blowing off faces.
no, actually, I'm gonna make a gambled guess here. I'm gonna hypothesize for a moment that your sister is gonna be one of these 12, and so here's the moral the moral problem is that if we can't save everybody because we will have a small tactical nuke explosion in the downtown. And I mean, okay, here's the plan. We take the dude that is in the trunk and we swap him for your sister and we rescue your sister and we let the ritual happen.
You're catching up, Doc.
What about the other? What about the other? Who is the dude in the trunk? I forget who that was.
Toddy Cross.
I'm like, isn't he as innocent as the rest?
Uh-oh.
What did he say?
Isn't he as innocent as the rest?
This is triggering one of his instincts.
I think that concussion thing's really knocked out my hair.
The concussion.
So here's what I was gonna say about like as we arrive, and okay, so you're saying that, and so Doc, you're telling me that, and maybe this text is coming in or something from Adrian, or are we all there?
We all arrived at the same time.
Yeah, you all arrived at the same time. You're out there.
Yeah. So, okay. I guess the way I see it, Eugene isn't going to really talk. He's going to go to the trunk. He's going to open it. He's going to grab Toddy. He's just going to start marching right up to the building, front door, yelling out, Darla!
All right. What's Adrian doing? Are you gonna give in to your instinct or resist this one? Or is it a thing anymore?
Well, so far it hasn't happened yet.
Okay, it's leading to there potentially.
Technically, she is innocent, and he is at least. I don't know if he's still screaming he's not worthy.
He's probably mumbling that.
Okay, so he's at least, I guess, demonstrated a willingness that he wanted to be involved. So I would lean towards Darla over him. However, I still don't want any of this to actually go down. So I don't think it triggers it yet.
Gotcha. All right. Cool. So this is a perfect timing for our halftime bio break. Darla!
Yeah.
Fade to commercial.
Maria! Right.
This is going to be, I'm just predicting this is going to be ugly, so sorry. I mean,
I already have an idea.
Welcome to Urban Shadows.
See how
I do too.
Yo, God.
Right.
I'm just going to say, it's really fun, and there's no hard feelings. I'm just saying. So it's going to happen the way it happens. Anyway, sorry.
All right, see you in 5.
5 minutes.
5.
We are back.
I just had crackers.
I crack.
Okay, whatever it takes to get through a stream, man. Excellent. All right. So let's see. Last we left you guys, yeah, you guys were you're in a picnic and you're just kind of chilling out, and Pinocchio became a real boy, and everything was. Oh no! That's that's a different thing. I'm sorry. No, yeah, you guys are going in with a dude who's dying to be sacrificed, a vessel who is. I don't know how I can describe Adrian's frame of mind. Going in there to monitor things. You got Doc, who is liking that idea of immortality.
Make sure the innocent are saved.
Innocent are saved. Yep. And then you got Eugene trying to save his sister. So, yeah, you guys are getting in there. I'm sorry, not Adrian. Kolhar, to his credit, wasn't lying to you. He did at least have something going on there to keep you guys out, or keep anyone out. You guys kind of walk in and you turn a corner and you're face to face with a couple guards with like handguns. These are not like security guards. These are more like they're dressed up almost like in commando gear.
I charge them.
I charge back around the corner.
Awesome. So Adrian has just triggered his move that basically happens when you're going into combat without thinking about it. I forget the correct wording, but
and in service to my instincts. So
in service to your instincts. Armor. Yeah. Yes, you get 2 armor. So before we do that, I would like, since we actually did lay a plan, if Doc, if you could roll with mind, let's get your best laid plans going.
My dice moves have been. Now is the time to have a good roll.
You used up all your bad ones.
Yes.
That's what gamers like to think.
That's how the random number generator works.
Yeah.
All right.
We did roll one other 14 in the course of the campaign.
Yeah.
So nice. All right. The 7 to 9. You have 2 holds, so just remember those options. The options being add +1 to someone's roll, choosing after rolling. Silence the beasts is another possibility. Dismiss all harm to someone who suffers from a single attack. Ensure your people had the exact gear they need on hand. Those where you can spend your hold on.
Perfect.
Cool.
I make sure to catch the dude as Eugene kind of passes him around the corner.
leave it to Doc to make sure the rear is nice and protected.
Oh, whoa.
Cool. So yes, cool. Go ahead and unleash, Adrian. You're going ham, as the kids say these days.
Yeah, because I don't consider this a battle in terms of being vigilante. It's only 2 dudes.
That's fair.
Where do you learn all these cool new sayings, Scott?
Oh no!
It's interesting.
All right.
If only I had +1.
What's that? Oh yeah, do you want a +1 there? Want to spend 1 of your hold right away?
Hold spent.
Hold spent. This was all part of the plan. Those guys were totally going to be there. It was a matter of watching them loop around on their rounds and stuff. Good job.
I think I want to take something from them. And I think it's their ability to communicate to their fellows.
Oh, nice. Good one.
To raise the alarm.
Gotcha.
So I rush right up to them and bang their heads together. Maybe taking the comms off at the same time or something.
Sure. Awesome.
Or their helmets.
Great. What do you want for the 7 to 9 choice?
Oh yeah.
Nice try, Adrian.
Choose one. I want to say they inflict harm on me.
All right. Let's see. So you have 2. I will say they actually do inflict a harm on you after your armor. These guys are more militarily trained.
Average weapon.
Yeah, with average weapons. Yeah, so they got off 1 harm on you. But yeah, so shot rings wild. These guys are still standing, Eugene, but they're dazed and like just basically trying to bring themselves back into focus. What do you all do?
What do I do? Oh, let's see. Anything smarter I can do than just attack?
I was gonna say, don't make me take the balustrade to him.
Let's see. And they're mortals, aren't they?
Yeah, you'd generally be able to tell if they were anything else. They look like just plain old-fashioned, everyday birth from a mortal.
All right. Yeah, I guess I don't know what else to do besides just attack. Can we use something else like lead or distract to get them away, or
I don't think it would really do anything here.
no?
I don't think that you could really trigger it because they're totally alert and aware to your presence. And
Gotcha.
I mean, you could probably persuade them to, throw down their arms.
yeah, if you're looking for something besides on Unleash, a persuade with a threat would be workable.
Yeah, I mean, I am gonna try and not hurt these mortal folks.
That would only lead to corruption.
I know. I'm gonna try, but if I have to, I will. So.
All right. So you want to persuade them to put down their arms with your gun out or hole, one of the two?
Yeah, I think I want to use hole. I think it gives me a little extra
leverage.
Let's see.
All right. Roll plus heart. Persuade.
Yeah, it's got plus reputation. Roll plus heart.
The persuade an NPC roll there.
Yes.
All right.
Even with a 1, that's not going to be a hit.
Sorry, Charlie.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna have you, Adrian.
Like, I'm trying to say I don't want to hurt you, except I kind of get caught on I don't know, trying to even get whole out of the teeth for a second.
All right. Now Eugene. Roll to keep your cool as a open fire now.
Uh-oh.
At you, since you're like the guy who just threatened them, and yeah.
Gotcha. Keeping my cool.
That's a no.
Wow. I don't know if I ever rolled a 2 before.
We have rolled a lot of fails so far this session.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I swear I can't weight them, and I wouldn't even if I could.
I felt like they're worth experience points.
Yep.
All right. So let's see.
So the question is, Doc, do you want him to take 4 harm, or do you want to spend your last hold?
Oh my God!
No
this
pressure.
Is like the opening move here, and we've blown the plan.
And
two dudes.
And just so you know, I'm still crispy from lightning.
Yeah, because we didn't get a recovery. Yep, totally planned on the fact there's no way that he was going to persuade anybody, and yep, he was already dodging. So I'll burn my last hold.
All right. So what does that look like then, Eugene? You're like totally prepared.
So yeah, Eugene comes in. He's about to put the fear of hole into them, but it catches as he pulls it out. Then he catches himself mid, phrase. I don't want to. And then the guns come up and the bolts slide, and he's like, silent F word and flying to the side. Get out of the way.
All right. Adriana or Doc, do you want to do anything at this point?
So nobody is off balance at this point, and everybody is just pretty much like flailing at this point.
You're in control.
No guns have been drawn yet. Yeah.
No, they've been the
Except
2 guards.
They started with guns.
They started with guns.
They started with guns. Okay.
Yeah, that was like their first course. This is like the appetizer of violence was bullets. So
Nice. So
coming up on the entree.
Just because I want to go for it. I am I can't escalate. So I reach into my pack and I pull out the taser that I had packed ahead of time, and I tase. I run up and make sure the gentleman is good, and I run up to tase out one of the people that passed by Eugene.
Cool. Let's see. I wonder.
Burning it.
What would that be? So, oh yeah. So you're doing another corruption to get the taser. Is what you're saying?
Yes. Burning the corruption.
Interesting. So it's not an attack. You're basically looking to check them out. Let's try. Let's call that a mislead distractor trick, because you're trying to distract them. Yes. Let's go for it. Let's roll with mind.
And I'll punch the other one.
I'll punch the
Really?
other one.
Derp! I just tased myself.
All right. Go ahead and now you roll to keep your cool.
My gosh.
This is with roll of spirit.
There's something wrong here.
No, it looks like it is actually rolling 2 dice.
Yeah, okay. Just, there's something wrong with the computer.
Well, probably. All right, so the one that you try to tase is not having any part of that, and it's kind of, you get to that point where it's like you kind of run up to him with the taser, like totally ready to tase him, and he basically stops your hand, and his gun is like right below it, and all of a sudden, and you guys both look down, and it's like, poof, and take 2 harm.
Oh,
Ouch.
Adrian, you're knocking some head.
Yep. I'm gonna punch the other one. Hopefully out.
All right. Yeah, unleash. All right. I'm gonna. All right. If you choose to inflict terrible harm, I'll let both of them get taken out.
I will inflict terrible harm. And I think they're gonna inflict harm on me again.
Okay.
We might end up using this erase the Shem anyways.
No. I mean, it's only the one guy this time. The other guy is involved with Doc, so this will be covered by your armor still.
So I will ask a leading question.
Sure.
Are either of them deceased?
That is a good question. Do you want them to be? I'll ask you a leading question.
Yes.
All right. Are they both dead? Is one dead?
I think one's dead.
All right. So you're saying that, are we saying that there's some corruption falling on our hunter? Is that what you're going for?
Sure.
Is that your angle? What was your angle that I'm missing?
No, my angle is totally that, I have this, somewhat pained look, and I snarl at the other 2 to go on ahead.
Oh, shit. You're going to keel up, aren't you? Oh, shit.
If they stay behind, they're going to get an eyeful. Let's just put it that way.
Yikes.
All right. So that having been said, Eugene, I'll give you 1 corruption. Not to technically it wasn't a direct, but they died as you were fighting them. They're humans.
Gotcha.
You could have done better to protect.
Oh man!
And this
Why? Yes.
And this one that I'm staying behind with is going to need a closed casket. That's all I can say.
Holy shit! Oh my god! So you guys go up ahead briefly, like just around the corner or something?
With Toddy, yeah.
Yeah.
As you round the corner, you hear some crunching sounds.
Oh, and like some slurping and splattering and tearing and rending, and then like a
Do you know the Muffin Man? La la la.
Awesome.
I can't help it. It's the way I was made.
All right. So yeah, you heal your harm. I believe that heals all your harm, doesn't it?
No, it heals 2.
2? Okay. But did you have more than that?
Yeah, it was actually up to 3. So I just
Okay.
had 2 critical slots left, and
Perfect.
figured
All right,
I'd
cool.
better take care of those.
So yeah,
Oh,
you guys
wounds.
you guys turn the corner and it's leading up like a main stairway.
Okay.
Yeah, so you get the 3 plus Toddy, climb the stairs, and you see everything kind of laid out in the open for you. At the far side, you see Reverend, and then his people are out in their standard, like instead of their standard circle, they're actually in a line. Kind of like out in front of them, like in the center of the room. So if you think about this room as a circle, the center is like this bluish glowing portal that it's like if you were to cross the room, you would see it's kind of like trying to erupt almost. It's like, but not quite there yet. And you see from that point, you see the line of a dozen people, of which you, even from the back, you recognize Darla. And then
Where
on
is
the
she in
far
the line?
side, what's that?
Where is she in the line?
I'll say she's number 4.
Okay.
But yeah, so then the line, and then at the far side, the Reverend Ackle.
The far side Rivernacle.
Yeah.
And who's the focus of all this?
The focus. Theoretically, Ackle.
Oh no, I mean, who's the new immortal to be?
Echo.
Oh, Ackle is?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yes.
And his willing flock.
Oh, I thought he was just leading it or something.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah. So on the ground, you see all these. Again, for Adrian, it's like, walking through my childhood years. You just basically see all these sigils and stuff on the ground. You read them as plain as anyone else reads, a kid's book type of thing. It's simple to you. It's all about focus and change and
harnessing
alteration.
focus and
A lot of symbology that relates to forever.
affinities everywhere.
And you see, so Ackle, as of course, as you guys kind of walk in with Toddy, he's like, "Oh, Toddy, I told you were just not worthy of this entire ritual, and yet here you are against my wishes, and you brought friends."
How close are they? Not physically. How close is the ritual to completion? Like, does it look like it's about to trigger?
That is a good question. I'm not sure that you would know, really. Let's see here.
I can't, like, I don't know, investigate a place of power or something.
That's a good question.
You could extend your senses.
Oh, good one.
Yeah,
That makes a lot of sense. That works. Good call.
I like that.
So let it out.
Let's see if I can roll it too. All right, so, yeah, okay. I'm gonna let it out.
I don't think I'm getting another.
Hold on just a second. Oh, I was supposed to roll with blood instead of spirit, but that would still have only been a 5 on that when I was keeping my cool. All right.
So is this? Did you roll Unleash?
No. I haven't done anything yet. So I'm
this is
let it out.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's an Adrian. I'm sorry.
That's what you said, right? Let it out.
Yep, let it out.
No?
Cool. All right.
Oh, man.
All right. So let's
Crucial.
see. So on a hit, choose one and mark corruption. So mark another corruption. And I'm assuming you, like Adrian was saying, you want to extend your senses, supernatural and otherwise.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you can tell that you are, below 5 minutes away from this ritual completing itself.
Okay.
Where are you guys heading in this area?
Try not to bleed. Because I'm assuming that, did I get bound up in some way, shape, or form?
Did you get bound
Or
up? No.
I mean, you have
Like,
band-aids of some sort, don't you? You know, like a little
Band-aids, yeah.
Oh, bandage.
trauma
I see.
patch.
Trauma patch, yes, right, trauma patch. 2 harm. So just as a mechanics, that leaves me in a pretty bad spot. Is it like I have a grievous? So if you take 2 harm, I go from faint to grievous.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Okay. Are you still able to move in that state?
Yes. Yeah, it just means that you're
limping.
You're limping,
Okay.
and you will get worse.
Okay. And the Reverend is closer to us than his sister.
The sister's actually closer from where you guys are. You're kind of crossing over the circle.
Yeah. I'm asking, and I'm sorry, where I was reading one thing on corruption. So are the other two going where, doing what?
You tell me. Are you guys staying together? Not staying together? What's your plan here?
Yeah, the plan would be yes, Reverend. So, we're really here for Darla.
He looks at you and he's like, and Darla's like, I'm here to let the master ascend. It's all right, brother. I'm joining with the master. We're going to be in a better place forever. We're going to enjoy bliss till the end of time. And you can see her getting all welly, kind of emotional and welly about this one.
Like, but if you really thought it through. I mean, oh my gosh, we were like freaking outnumbered and outgunned.
Well, let me ask this question. You guys think the Reverend should be the immortal?
He's not a horrible choice, but it depends on if anyone's willing to step into his place.
Yeah. So almost on cue. Almost on cue, and this is where you guys are going to hate your own freaking intro moves. You kind of hear it, Doc. Before you hear glass breaking, you hear, and then it feels like, oh wow, this is like that's definitely a 10 millimeter wound, and oh shit, that's actually Sarah's weapon of choice.
Sniper. And
she was, if you recall from your own intro move, she had a hit out for you. Oh god.
Oh god. Oh god. Basically, so now, I got hit by a sniper round.
Yeah. So at this point, you guys are kind of going over the mechanics of, well, is he really a good? Yeah. You just took 2 harm, and you'll be dying really, really, really soon.
Yeah, pretty much. Go on without me.
Yeah, you guys just see him. You see the glass shatter. you see Eugene, you probably like are close enough where you actually like you see and feel that kind of like, you know, that puff of blood as the high velocity round hits, and like, you know, like almost like a perfume diffuser.
So I'm gonna do something then. So for my second corruption move that I took Death Wish.
Uh-huh.
And Death Wish allows me to mark corruption for me to suffer the harm instead.
Whoa.
Damn. So what does 2 harm bring you up to?
That's deep.
Pretty bad.
I don't think it's a pretty bad level, Eugene, but
it's 1 into critical.
Oh, okay. So you're dying if you don't get help quickly. So what does that look like?
Yeah. So I would say that because he was still extending his senses and reading the room,
You saw like a scope reflection or something?
Yeah, that's a good one. That there was just some trick of the light that gave it away. And as I was putting 2 and 2 together and just turning around in front of the dock to see where that's coming from, that's when I take it.
Wow.
All right. So yeah, Doc, you at first you're like, "What the fuck? You're in my space," and then you hear and you see the puff of blood. And Eugene, are you able to stay on your feet? I'll let you decide.
I would think not. At that point, at that point, I'm going to fall back. I mean, it's a high velocity round, so you know, it's going to hit me. It's going to knock me down. Probably knock the dock down.
Excellent. So yeah, Adrienne, what are you doing? Darla, by the way, seeing this, like she goes straight from, but I want to say, oh my god, bro! And just, she actually leaps out of line on her own. Now there are only 11 people in the line. Place go boom if this isn't right.
Yeah.
What do you guys do? Who does what?
I go put everything I can into a persuade and go to Trinian or whatever his name is.
Toddy.
Toddy.
Not even close.
Not even close to what?
To getting the name right.
Oh.
Trinian.
Yeah.
I mean Toddy.
Toddy. You know.
I grab the dock. No. Just put me over there.
But he wants to go.
Replace the Reverend with him.
Oh, damn. Ackles like, what? What kind of blasphemy do you speak of? What are you guys doing?
Okay, so Eugene, you seriously want to be taken? Toddy will take the place.
No, put me there. Put Toddy in Reverend Ackles' place.
So Reverend Ackles is not going to move because the thing's going down. Does he even try to make...
Ackle.
What's that?
I'm moving towards Ackle.
All right.
I don't care who becomes immortal. Just put me in that spot before we all die.
Yeah,
I'm already dead, man.
No, so yeah, your sister's already, she's all over you, and she's like, oh my god, and she like gets on you, and she's like, you know, she tries to, you know, that again, your instinct is like, you know, to touch, to comfort, and she brings her hands away bloody. I mean, it's all, you're wearing like a dark coat, and it's like soaked in. It doesn't even look like blood at first, and then she touches, feels the wetness, takes it away, and she like looks towards the Reverend, and she just has this look of betrayal. And Toddy is already, he gives zero shits where the fuck Eugene wants to go. He wants to freaking help the Master ascend, so he's already in line. What do you guys do?
He's already in line.
Toddy's already there.
He's already there. Toddy is saving the day.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm trying to think. There's part of me, it's like It's only 12 people, but it's one of my instincts, so I need to, because they're not exactly innocent, but at the same time, they probably are under the sway enough of Ackle that they really don't have free will. At least
Gotcha.
that's my guess.
Sure. And your instincts are up to you to interpret, so please do.
So I am moving towards the front of the line. How big is this room, anyways? Not all that big.
Oh God, I'm like the wrong person to ask for distances and shit.
Cathedral-ish, so
Cathedral-ish. We'll say it's
feet.
not. Yeah, 100 feet. Let's call it 100 feet. At one time, it was like a large meeting room for the gents to talk about business announcements and stuff like that.
Because there was hints that the doc was looking to muscle in on the immortality gig. Is he?
Hell yeah! I
So
explode.
you're using me as a screen as I advance, basically. I would imagine.
As you advance, I'm running to I'm unleashing and I'm unleashing
Ackle.
And to displace Ackle. I pull my gun and start shooting at him.
All right, unleash like a mofo. Holy shit!
Because I'm bringing the gun to the fight, I get to use mind instead. We'll see if it matters.
Nice.
Yeah, I would definitely say that you've now accelerated this from a talk to a blowholes and freaking people. Sure, Go for it.
Ackle's just this peaceful little cleric.
Out
for immortality, like any power.
Blows away demons.
Holy shit!
Oh!
Nice.
All right, so I'm going to assume your choose one is to take something from him, which is his place in line.
Yes.
All right. Holy shit! All right, so here's I'm going to frame the scene here. You guys tell me what happens. So Darla is now with Eugene. Eugene, I'm going to say you're pretty much out of this game for the moment, in the sense that there's no action you can really take physically.
Okay.
You can still persuade, blah blah blah, but you're not knocking any heads around anymore. But Darla's with you. She doesn't. She sees the blood. She kind of wraps her arms around you. She kind of tries to put like pressure on the wound, and she's just crying. And she's looked away from the Reverend, and that even if this worked out well, she would never be part of his flock again. There is that solace. Adrian, you're standing like probably to the side of where Ackle was, and
no, I was next to the first person.
Oh, next to the first person. Okay.
I pushed the first person out of line and take his spot.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
Hold on.
Would you?
Is he at the? Technically, I think I would push the last person out of line because it's coming from the last person.
It's coming from It's coming from the center to the outside, with Ackle being on the outside circumference of this circle, if you will.
Yes, I would have pushed the last person out of line.
So the one next to Ackle?
No, the one next to the source of the ley-line.
Oh, okay. All right. And so yeah, that happens. So you guys, you sense, Adrian, that that you can even without like unleash, letting it out. You sense that you sense this magical power just about to consume, and it wants to, and it needs to be diverted as much as the balloon that you fill with just too much water, and that limit is coming up like right now. Whoosh! Beam goes straight through you. You feel it like for a second. There's a second of pain. And then it's like, it just feels cool, like ice. And, that's cool. And like, you really are in no position to turn around even or look, but, Eugene, you're at like literally at the best position to see this.
So here's the interesting thing, perhaps with the roll.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to take the place of 10.
Oh, because
of my makeup.
yep.
Because you're 10 people.
Oh, interesting.
Which will not help the doc. Might help
Well,
the person who's third in line for whatever reason.
that is a tough one. The question is, and I'll let you answer this. Are there 10 life forces inside you, or are you made up of the parts of 10 people? That's the crux of this. Because it's basically it's taking your life force.
Yeah, we never actually decided that. Obviously, I'm more powerful than any one person. The question is, am I as powerful as 10 people? Like, do I have the
question is, do you count?
As you said, am I infused with the life force of 10 different people?
If you're infused with 10 people's life force, then sure. If you are basically something being a creation given life from the parts of 10 people, parts of them, which one is it? Would you say?
I think it's the former. I think there has to be a reason why I'm as powerful as I am, and it makes sense that I have and they're probably not the full 10 life forces, but obviously a portion of those created me.
I just see this monstrous visit.
But whether I can quote unquote channel the power the correct way might be the other question.
All right, so let's do this.
No, I'm fine leaving it up to the luck of the die.
Yeah, let's do this for kicks. Again, I don't know which is the logical way to go on this one. Let's do let's let it out.
Let's
see how we
let it
do.
out.
And I'll let
My
that decide.
Is still is to serve the innocent, and they're not being served if they're dead. Let it out. There it is. Apparently not.
All right, so let's actually that does bring up a question. So this is I'm gonna basically say that this is like your life force that's going.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we need to call this your end move. I'm not even sure.
I think it's fine for that.
Yeah, because the Shem move, which I miss.
Oh no,
erase the Shem.
That's totally not enough.
Yeah, so like I said, that's like if you're killed, but this is like your life force is being drained.
This is totally life force.
Okay, so I'm gonna say
When I die.
Yeah, when you die, what happens?
When I die, change playbooks, or retire my character, I leave something of my old body behind, containing a remnant of your instincts, as a permanent mark on the city. Tell the MC which instinct became most central to your identity.
Here,
the city will take
you know what?
That instinct into itself.
Here's what we're gonna do. This is gonna be
and add the following option to let it out for all PCs. Call upon the city to obey its instinct.
Awesome. Here's what we're gonna do. I think this is a cool way to resolve this. I'm gonna say that you count as one person.
Mm-hmm.
You're not able to focus things. It goes straight through. It doesn't get taken. The light hits Doc, and your end move infuses that instinct onto him, whatever you choose. So it becomes part of the city.
That instinct is to serve the innocent.
To serve the innocent. Awesome. But I think do we agree that makes a kind of sense here?
That makes a great deal of sense.
All right. So describe what it looks like as so the beam goes through you. Again, there was original pain, then the icy coldness. You have time before you basically fall down and fall to pieces to say something or do something quick.
I mean, first, as the light's going through me, you actually see like the mask, change to like 12 different flashes of heroic looking people, male and female, which were basically my component parts. Before we going back to Adrian and his humanish guys. And as he drops to his knees, he just looks back to see, what happened, and sees Doc standing up there, glowing blue. We'll assume he's going blue.
He's glowing blue. Good job.
Fair color.
And I just reach out my hand, it's like, and I just say, like, serve them, being the innocent.
Cool. Awesome.
And then I actually like this. Again, we have the effects budget.
We've been saving it for this episode.
I break apart into my component parts.
Oh, so like the threads come undone, basically.
Yeah, you see like this stitching, sort of unravel, like glowing, and just like kind of from the back, you see like an arm fall off, another shoulder, break away, and I just like break down.
I think what should be left over too to embody what that instinct is a remaining, light thing that flows through, the circle and makes its way towards the center point. The embodiment of that instinct to kind of flow with the energy.
Yeah, like
so that
like the remaining part of the ley-line thread that made me.
Yep. Because you were at the head,
Yep.
and then now this last piece follows through into the center.
Yeah, that's cool.
Very cool. All right. So, Mark, you're switched to the Immortal Playbook.
Dun, dun, dun.
And meanwhile, I'll let's do this. Like, I like those those epilogues where suddenly you kind of leave that final scene where like, what happens? And then it goes to like the next day, and you see like maybe Doc, fixing his coat. Looks like a little nicer probably than what he usually uses, because why not blow your money on stuff? They'll make more.
That's fair. I was gonna say, and stitching Eugene up, because I don't think that he's dead.
Well, I was going to come to that. So, this is like the scene. So like this is like the next day or a week later or something. You're kind of going out. So then if this was a movie, you'd be like, oh my God, what happened to everybody? Oh God. Okay, so we know Doc is alive. He's taken his immortality. He's kind of living it a little bit. He's breaking out of that, I'm afraid to die shell because he can't. And what happened to Eugene? What the fuck happened to Eugene?
Which is what I'm.
So Eugene, do you what happens? Do you like, as he's like, you basically, the scene is Doc kind of walking out of his shop, onto the streets. He gets to the sidewalk and turns the corner. Does he see Eugene?
Yeah, sees Eugene. New car. This one's a high-end model Tesla.
Nice.
And opens the door, basically like he's the chauffeur now, or the bodyguard, or whatever.
Oh wow!
And basically waits for the Doc to get in.
Cool.
So we can take off towards next adventure.
Cool. That's
to do
awesome.
the writer thing. To do the more writer thing. Thanks to Adrian.
Oh shit! Do the writer's thing. Awesome. All right, and then the credits roll, and the campaign is ended.
Very
good
cool.
job.
That was not the way I expected any of that to go down.
Holy crap! So this is very. Yeah, go ahead.
So the last instinct to protect the innocent, I think, in a combination with immortality and that type of instinct is unbreakable or
no, you can resist it probably, but it takes effort.
Okay, so it'd be the same.
Still do selfish things and help out your buddy, the corrupt, whatever. But
it hurts.
It doesn't hurt. It's
kind of like
you have to use your will to overcome it.
Yeah, it's overcoming your addiction basically for all intents and purposes. It's programming.
Yeah. Got it. Well, I mean, then some good can come out of all of this at some point.
Yeah, I had an idea too that if it was actually instilled on the city, like the next day, there's a new bill that contributes to
oh, this is Urban Shadows, not We Walk with Unicorns.
It's not as happy as that, but
it's not as happy as that. Yeah, or the Nazis can't take over for one more year, something like that.
Oh my god!
Nice.
Well, so good job, guys. Proud of you guys. You guys rocked it.
Good job on you too.
I think.
Yeah, that was good weaving the components together.
You brought some great characters out, man.
Well, you the thing is that, and I've kind of brought this up other places, like just like on Reddit and etc. It's like if you look at our list of NPCs, I have not created one of them.
Right.
I did not, as MC, create one. You guys created all of them. I animated them and kind of made logical decisions based on who you told me they were and the fiction made them to be. But all the NPCs and all of the conflicts in this entire campaign were of your guys' creation. I have not made any of them. All I've done is follow through on them.
The cross between the Reverend, Mab, and there's one other one.
Julian.
Yeah, I mean, definitely each unique. So
cool.
Yeah, and I did not see the Immortal playing as big of a role in the onset as happened.
Yeah.
But who knows? That's the beauty of the whole thing. And who knew that I think it was Adrian's one. I think it was your very first intro move that created the whole ley-line thing.
Yeah.
The first move of the whole freaking thing. And that's what the crux of the story
that would be ultimately something that would, potentially destroy the city. So
there you go. Good job.
Pretty close. And it wasn't destroyed.
Oh man.
Reset for another day.
But awesome job, guys. That's kind of like I do with Mass. I kind of want to go one by one here. Like, Doc, Mark, you're awesome. I love the way that you played the veteran as like the dude who knew stuff, but really wanted to be the rear guard. You did not want to be that guy that was leading the charge or anything like that, and rightfully so. This is a guy who used to be a badass and is now not so much. And, you kind of embodied that with like, hey, you guys go first. I'll be right here to back you up. I will blow somebody's face off if I have to, but I want you guys to do it first. Or, where I want to be safe back here, because you're old and you've seen the thing, you've seen the shit, you've been in it, and this is not where you're kind of, the whole idea of the playbook is you're brought into this crap, not by your own choice, really, but by, necessity or whatever. So awesome. You played it well. And of course I love you. You're always a builder. So as a normal, human, as Mark is, and like to be the guy who like creates this stuff was pretty awesome. So I saw how that played into your likes for characters too. So awesome job. Aaron, awesome with Eugene. You're like the commensurate hunter. Always looking for that angle, and you did it. So I just, impressed the way you kind of, but at the same time, there was this human there. There was a guy who likes to get laid and stuff, and get out and drink. And he wasn't just this, psychotic killer. He was a psychotic killer with a personality and empathy, with with the ghost Samantha. That was putting a nail in Lagrange's coffin as surely as anything else, stuff like that. So, but.
Horrible.
Yeah, but I mean, you played this. Yes, this hunter has this drive and this expertise, but there's also this character. This was not a one-dimensional character by any stretch. So that was pretty awesome. What's that?
It was a tough play because it's typically not the type of character that I play. Like, I'm usually I have to be a lot more cool and calculating, and take my time and plan everything perfectly. And just to be kind of, it was against my whole brain to like rush into things and, you know, take shots too quickly. And so
Perfect, man. And of course, last but not least, Steve, man, you know, the way I love that you really, again, you're, like everyone else here, you really did a great job with your playbook. You know, the Adrian is
Yeah.
this vessel. He's literally, you know, the boy carved from wood, you know. Well, you know, figuratively, almost literally.
People. He's carved from people.
He's carved from people, yeah. But like, you know, it's, I
I
like
purposely went very ghoulish, but
but still, it's like you know you made him like this guy that just doesn't quite get it. You know, he's a creation. He doesn't really belong here. He wasn't raised. He was made, and he doesn't quite get the stuff, and he doesn't quite fit in, and he never will, and you know, probably. And you always played that angle, which was awesome, which I loved because it gave me as the MC the ability to kind of play off that with other NPCs and stuff. So thank you for that. Again, you all did really well for your playbooks. You did exactly what you were supposed to. So
I have to say I've played similar playbooks in Apocalypse World twice. It's the one called The Faceless, and I have to say I really like what the vessel does in Urban Shadows. You know, some of those
it's really powerful.
Same, you know, sort of like the Kool-Aid Man move, which is, you know, like in Apocalypse World, it's actually called "Oh Yeah." So, but the vessel in this one just is written so differently, and it was interesting, and that's why I wanted to play it in the first place. It was unusual.
I think it was helpful too from a group dynamic, Steve, that you had prior experience in some of these game systems. So I always felt that there was that you prompted like the knowledge of like when to make a roll or do a move that was a thing that would advance. That was very helpful to see, like rather than just waiting for Scott to like give an obvious prompt. Like it weaved like, oh, I'm gonna hit the street. It's like, oh, that's right. You could do that to like advance or without just RPing out a story element. Like here's how you make this is how you can get, you know, a dice roll to
technically, even, you know, with Urban Shadows and, you know, any of the Apocalypse World games, you're supposed to say what you do, and, you know, the, you know, GM, you know, tells you to roll the move. But I find it's, especially, you know, I don't know whether it's, you know, the online games or what, but sometimes it helps to prompt that because you know that's what is actually going to happen, you know, but rather than say, you know, okay, I'm gonna, you know, try and go find, you know, Julian, you know, really it's the purpose is to hit the streets with Julian.
right.
You know, so it just kind of, you know, takes care of one of those little like stumbling blocks if, you know, someone misses a word or, you know, you know, doesn't necessarily, you know, follow what you're, you know, going for or saying.
Yeah, it's a good cue, no doubt.
Cool.
Pretty cool.
And so, yeah, like, I just want to thank you guys. Like from the bottom of my heart, I know that, you know, one, this was a lot of time out of your days, and you're busy, and you have schedules, and you have lives, and you have spouses, and you have friends and other activities, and etc. So I so much appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to be here with me and hang out and game, because I really, really wanted to run this game, and have you guys along was just awesome, made it awesome. So I do appreciate it. I can't thank you enough, really. So thank you again for giving of your time. I know it's a valuable resource, and I don't by any way trivialize that. That's important to me, and I get it. So thank you guys so much.
It's a cool experience. Thank you.
That's great, man.
Thank you all.
All right. So anybody have any parting words? We'll end the stream shortly. Any advice on Urban Shadows? Anything you want to say about the campaign? Anything at all? This is your time.
Play games.
Play games.
Yes, play games. Do a little homework once in a while, but play games.
Cool. Anyone else? This is your time. You got nothing.
Nope. Good time.
Awesome.
Lots of words.
All right, I'll take it.
Yeah.
All right, thank you again, guys. Okay, so I'm going to say it over and over. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're awesome, and you really made this game fun to play and work with, and you know, go through the fiction and create all this stuff, and it was really cool. So, thank you so much, and I hope to have you guys all back again someday after you take your breaks from me.
For me, it's just summer.
There is that. So much else to do. I get that. Cool. All right. Go on your way, guys, and thank you again. I'm going to end the stream, and thank you to our viewers, most specifically Dr. Oculari, who's awesome. And just take care. Play games. Have fun. Get out there. And bye for now.